Oh, tell somebody there's a rumor out about you. Oh, come on, tell your neighbor there's a rumor out. Amen. That God is for you. There's a rumor out about you that God backs you up, that God comes to your rescue, that your God fights for you, that the favor of God is upon your life. The Bible says all of them heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their heart melted. Neither was there spirit in them anymore because of the children of Israel. The Bible said that the kings had heard about how God had dried up the Red Sea, so over 1 million of the Israelites can walk over on dry land. How God delivered them up out of Egypt. Tell your neighbor there's a rumor about me that if God be for me, who can be against me? There's a rumor about me that my God will fight for me. Tell your neighbor there's a rumor out about you that God backs you up. That God fights for you. Ooh, there's a rumor about God's children that says touch not God's anointed and do his prophets no harm. There's a rumor about God's children that he won't leave us like he found us. David said, I was young, but now I'm old, but never have I seen the righteous forsaken, nor their seed beg for bread. There is a rumor about God's children that we are the head and not the tail. We are above and not beneath. If they're talking about you, you ought to make some noise. Tell them I'm one of his, I'm one of his. I can't deny it. The favor is on me. I can't deny it. I cannot deny it. Tell your neighbor I look like him because I was created in his image. Tell somebody I talk like him because I got a kingdom language. Tell your neighbor I walk like him because I walk after the spirit and not after the manner of the flesh. Tell somebody the rumors are true. Tell them keep on talking because the rumors are true. At that time, the Lord said unto Joshua, now he tells Joshua, make these sharp knives and circumcise again. Somebody say again. The children of Israel the second time. Oh, tell somebody the second time is always better than the first. And Joshua made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the heel of the foreskins. These men were grown, but they had to be circumcised. And this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise. All the people that came out of Egypt that were males, even all the men of war, they died in the wilderness. By the way, after they came out of Egypt. In other words, God delivered them out of Egypt. He sent them by way through the wilderness. Somebody say through. To make it to Canaan, which is the promised land, but they got stuck in the wilderness. Tell your neighbor, don't get stuck in a place where God is simply trying to just take you through it. David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. He said, I'm walking through it. It's not a permanent place. Some of us have made our problems a monument. We have made them a stagnant place. Some of us have taken the things that God has allowed us to walk through. We have took up resident there. And God is saying, some of you, I need to evict out of that place that I never called permanent for you. So tell your neighbor, don't get stuck in your wilderness. Oh, come on, tell somebody else, don't get stuck in your wilderness. Now it says, now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness, by the way, as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. In other words, all the children that were born in the wilderness, they were not circumcised. Their fathers were circumcised. And their fathers had a responsibility that after they were born on the 8th day to circumcise them. But their father got into the wilderness and they got into a stump. They got into a place of complacency. They got into a place of murmuring. They got into a place of complaining. They got into a place of bitterness. They got into a place where they forgot about God. Now God had just brought them up out of Egypt. He had done so many signs and wonders and miracles. Amen. They had been in bondage to Egypt for such a long time. Amen. Why is it sometimes people get comfortable in being bound? Why is it that sometimes people get comfortable, amen, in being in a desolate place, amen, because they have been there so long that they have allowed their mindset to shift to the dysfunction. How many know that some people, if they don't have dysfunction operating in their lives, they don't think it's normal? Oh, come on, tell somebody else, don't get stuck in your wilderness.